Hey, welcome back, I'm Lai. As many of you guys know, Elon has just decided to take Tesla private. What an interesting turn of events that blew my mind away. So we got to talk about it today. And let's admit it, none of us expected this. It's quite opposite to what folks like you and I would expect. The trajectory of a successful modern company follows the path that it starts out innovating, and after years of hard work, multiple pivots, and series of fundraisings, it finally finds its business model, and once its profitability is proven, it IPOs, and voila, everyone in the company is rich. A textbook success story in our modern times. Snapchat did this, Google did this, Twitter, Apple, Netflix, they have all gone through a similar process. This is why Elon's decision to take Tesla private is such an alien notion to all of us. IPO is often perceived as an indispensable part of a successful company, and doing the reverse is often the result of mismanagement. One very famous example would be a Chinese company called Jumei. I don't want to get into the details of Jumei's failure, but the company IPO'd after 3 years of existence and was valued at its highest point, $5.7 billion. After a series of mismanagement, its stock price dropped to a few $100 million, and it decided to privatize. But that's not my point. My point is, our perception of IPO as the teleological destination for a company is not always accurate. IPO at its best is a financial instrument that helps a company succeed. It does happen to be the case that most successful companies in the world have IPO'd and are traded publicly, but it does not have to be the case for every successful company at every stage of its development. I'm not claiming that at this stage Elon's decision is right, but that we need to have an open mind towards IPO. So why is Elon doing this? On this question, perhaps no one is in a better position to explain than Elon himself. Here's what Elon said in the most recent Tesla blog to explain his position. To summarize, he's considering taking Tesla private because financial speculations in the public market have become a distraction for everyone working at Tesla. It encourages short-term opportunistic behavior, and it also gives perverse incentives to people who are trying to harm Tesla's goal. And therefore, taking Tesla private will effectively end the above hostility, and finally, Tesla can focus on executing its long-term, forward-looking mission rather than short-term, periodical performance scrutiny. So far, I cannot think of a selfish incentive for Elon to do this without resulting in conspiracy theories, so let me know in the comment down below if any one of you can think of one. But then the question becomes, how does a company go private? Does Elon have to pay $70 billion to Tesla's shareholders to buy back Tesla? Well, the short answer is yes, but it's probably going to be much less. To simplify the process, taking a company private works like this. What Elon has to do is to get Tesla's investors to agree on this decision and find the money to finance this decision. And if Elon were to be trusted, funding is already secured. If historical shareholder decisions are good evidences, shareholders will also side with Elon. This means privatization is pretty much a done deal, isn't it? Well, not so fast. How would Elon get such huge amount of money? At $420 per share and 160 million existing outstanding shares, the total buyback price is over $70 billion. However, there's always a twist. If we look at details, not necessarily everyone will want to sell their stock at $420. For starters, Elon isn't. That's 20% or $14 billion saved right there. Other large individual shareholders of Tesla have also come out and supported Elon's decision. Tesla has around 60% of its shares controlled by institutional shareholders who will not simply sell Tesla because it wants to go private. Therefore, considering the fact that Elon made this announcement with such confidence, he probably has the backings of a very deep-pocketed investor. SoftBank, PIF Saudi Arabia, Apple, Google, and Tencent are among possible candidates. Once everyone is on board and the fundings are ready, Tesla will simply buy back outstanding shares from those who wish to exit and delist Tesla from Nasdaq. thus completing the privatization process. This is obviously a simplified version of the privatization process, but the larger point is this: as long as Elon has the vote and the money, privatization will happen. And for all we know, he has both of them. Okay, so what do you guys think? I put a poll on the left-hand corner right here. Go check it out. Let me know in the poll whether or not you would side with Elon on this decision. I know many of you guys are shareholders of Tesla, so definitely go check out the poll. Personally, I think we should never underestimate the gravity of this decision. First thing first, this will cost billions of dollars of those short sellers. That's the first thing. The second thing is that this will usher Tesla into an era of growth with at least much less distraction. But however, I would still emphasize on this. In the video, I talk about I could not find a selfish reason for Elon Musk to do this. It turns out I can find one, which is Tesla currently have 10 billion debt, and among them, some of them are convertible debts. And because Tesla is able to push its stock price to $420, some of those convertible debts could be converted to equity, which is in reality around $3 billion, which basically means those debtors could convert its debt to equity, which also means Tesla don't have to pay for that debt. So, Elon is not just selfless for the betterment of the company, it also, at the same time, this move alleviates a huge portion, $3 billion of its financial burden. Although this channel is, very pro-Tesla, I think you guys have the right to know it, especially to those of you guys who are shareholders of Tesla and who will be making vital decisions in the future of whether or not this company will go private. Lastly, I would like to welcome Joe, Dendai, and Lucas to my Patreon family. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Alright, that's about it. Don't forget the poll. Don't forget to follow me at Lay Creatives. And last but not least, as always, I'm Lay. I'll catch you guys later.